Hi guys, and welcome back to Best Friends Who?
Fudgy wudgy wudgy booba.
Booba.
Boba.
Boba. Fucking
I had
love
bubble tea. I had bubble tea earlier and then James drank it all.
You know, you offered me bubble tea. You were like, oh, I've got a bit, it's old,
because
but...
I felt bad because...
Because what?
You were looking at it like, oh, why didn't this bitch get me one?
Yeah, you never buy me Starbucks anymore.
Oh my...
You don't.
James, I buy you everything else.
Yeah,
so
fair
let's
enough.
not go there.
But not the one thing I would need in life.
Okay, well, if you pass your driving test tomorrow, you'll be greeted with a Starbucks. How about that?
If I fail, I will also want a Starbucks. So no matter what, I want a Starbucks.
Okay, I will get you a Starbucks tomorrow. How about that?
Yeah.
When you get home, I'll have a nice cookies and cream frappuccino waiting for you.
Frappuccino, I'll take one of them. I'll take one of them. Don't you worry about that. No, with as you guess, I can do my driving test tomorrow, and I'm not drinking today. So when the shot goes off, Isabella will be doing the shots, but I won't be because I'm a good boy and I don't want to drink and drive.
I've already drunk today.
When?
I had a margarita.
Where?
Shelter hall.
Oh, you're so fucking crazy.
Oh, I thought you'd get annoyed at that.
Why would I get annoyed? You can do whatever you want. You're a grown woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am very nervous for tomorrow's driving test. I feel like I'm going to fail. I'm 22 years old, going on 23. If I can't drive now, I will never be able to do it. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know you can do it because basically, guys, I actually was in one of your driving lessons. I sat in the back for like 20 minutes and I was pleasantly surprised at James's driving. You know, you didn't... I could get in a car with you and I'd feel safe.
Reckon.
Which is kind of annoying because I wanted to be the better driver and I wanted you to be the passenger princess. I wanted to, switch roles.
I'm a male. Of course I'm going to be a better driver.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You weren't that great. Maria wasn't praising you that much.
Well, we had, my milkshake brings the boy to the yard. And I drove you to your mum's gaff. Mate, yeah. I was driving like I wasn't even in a lesson, mate. Do you know what I mean?
You were decent. And I truly do believe that you have I'd say 70% chance of passing.
That's quite fucking low. Like
70%?
Yeah, I was hoping like a 95, like a bit of confidence boost. There is a 30% chance, James, that you won't pass. That's outrageous.
Bro, if you've been walking around going, I'm never going to pass. I'm failing. You're going to manifest that into your life, big man.
Should I tell you what happens?
What?
I'm going to get everybody's hopes as low as possible. So if I fail, well, everybody thought that anyway. And if I pass, I'll be like, I fucking told you guys. I fucking proved you all wrong. And you'd be like, oh my God, James, I'm so proud of you. And here's a Starbucks. Here's your frappuccino. Oh, yeah,
frappuccino.
Man.
Are you trying to refer that to like Fanny?
No, like wank me off.
What? What's a vap?
A fap.
What's a vap?
That's what they call like I'm fapping.
Ew, is it?
I literally mentioned this last podcast.
No, you didn't.
I did. I said, with the lockdown stuff, I was saying how. What if I break my world record of fapping 15 times a day?
I probably didn't know what you were on about.
Yeah. Well, we still were disgusted by it.
I thought you meant... you said vapping. That means wanking.
Fap.
Fap. Not vap.
F-A-P.
Oh, because I'm getting confused with vapping. Do you know what vapping is?
Vaping.
No, vapping. Do you know what...
Oh, it's where you get your vaginal juices and rub it on your skin and stuff, isn't it?
How do you know what that is?
I do it all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely not vapping.
You know, it's actually quite common.
Have you vapped?
I haven't vapped, but I know people who have.
Your sister's vapped, hasn't she?
Don't expose her like that. Don't expose her like that. No, I am not. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that. But it works.
It does work. I'm gonna try it. Hopefully I can do it with my driving instructor.
No,
come on, girl. You know you want me to pass. You know you want me. Let's just get this over and done with. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't work with boys.
I'm pretty sure if I wipe my smegma on my neck. Mate, this has been 5 minutes in and I've already said 2 outrageous things. So we need to move on. What do you want to talk about today's episode? What's today's episode about?
Today's episode is, well, it's going to go downhill because we're talking about the grossest things you've let your boyfriend/girlfriend see you do. And me and James have had quite a few situations where I've looked at you and think, whoa, this is really your lowest point and I've just experienced it. And
one of them I could either control.
Yeah, I know. I'm not judging you for it.
Well, you are.
Maybe, yeah, I am
you
judging
are.
it. Yeah.
Horrible.
And we also asked you guys on Instagram what's the grimmest thing your boyfriend / girlfriend has seen you do. So we're going to dive into those, but we're also going to be talking about something a bit more serious, something a bit more deep, because it's been on our minds recently, and that is gaining weight in a relationship. Our thoughts on it, the pros and cons of it, I guess, and how it's affected our confidence.
It's more like just almost gaining weight in general when you're getting older. I feel like when your metabolism changes, your whole body changes so quick, and you really feel like your youth. That's what I think one of the big factors of realizing your youth's gone. You look at yourself and go, fuck me, I used to be so good looking when I was 18. Now what's happened to me? I think everybody goes through that. Even if they look better, oh, look at me, I'm 22 and I look so much better than 18. Like, how have I done this? Everyone's proud of themselves or hate themselves, depending when they're 22 years old or whenever. Yeah. It's just because it's a big shift in your life.
It is such a big shift, and I feel like it's good for us to talk about it, because I don't think it's spoken about in the way that we're going to talk about it, I guess.
We're going to just talk about our personal experiences, but we'll get into that later in the episode.
But can I also just say quickly, while you're listening to this, we're actually in Dubai.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
So excited, guys. Obviously we're still home right now, but I cannot wait.
No. We've taken this set to Dubai. We have just lugged all of this in a cargo for you guys. So if that doesn't deserve a 5-star or a subscribe, then I don't know what does.
And I'm going to be turning 22.
Who would be 22 years old?
But I can't wait for my birthday, because James has actually planned a surprise, and I can't believe you haven't told me already.
Okay, I'll tell you now.
Normally you tell me.
So on the day
Shut the fuck up. But I'm so excited to go to the desert. I'm so excited for Global Village. Guys, if you don't know what Global Village is, look it up on TikTok. It looks like the best
I told
thing
you
in the whole
Global
entire
Village
world.
is closed when we're there.
No, it's not.
It literally is closed.
You told
No, it reopens in October.
No, it's not.
It's closed till April to October.
You told me. You know.
Yeah, I was wrong. I'm genuinely serious. Global Village is not a thing. I didn't want to say.
Are you actually serious?
Global Village.
No, you're joking.
No. I swear to God, because it's too cold.
No, you're joking.
It's too cold. It's like 25 degrees, but not the opening when it's a bit warmer. So from April to October, I promise you. I promise you.
No, you're lying. You're joking.
I'm not lying.
I need to look this up.
I'm lying.
You're lying. You fucking cunt. He always does this. Always ruin everything for me. Why do you always
I do that because you go, oh my God, like, it'd be great if I feel really sad, and you get really emotional. And when I say, no, Isabella, I'm joking, you're like, oh, that relief makes you feel so happy.
No, but the point is, I never had to be sad in the first place. What's the point? I could have just been happy all along.
No, I'm not agreeing with that. I think it's good to be sad. How do you know you can be happy if you've never been sad?
I can be sad about a lot of things in my life, but I don't have to be sad about Global Village. It's so unnecessary.
So you know
how excited I've been.
We're going to Dubai just for Global Village.
Pretty much.
Not the desert, not the beach, not the life, not the lifestyle, not the cars, not the camels, not the views. Global Village.
That's the thing I'm most excited for. I can tick it off my bucket list.
That is depressing.
That's on my Global Village is on my life bucket list.
So if Global Village was in Blackpool, yeah, would you go?
Yes.
That's so bad.
What have you got against Blackpool?
Everything. I used to live in Weston-super-Mare, so I can't say much, but that place is a shithole. That is Weston-super-Mare of the North, mate. If you live in Blackpool, fuck me, get out. But I lived in Weston-super-Mare for like 10 years of my life, and it is diabolical. It is an absolute shithole.
That whole area confuses me, because you've got Blackpool, you've got Liverpool, you've got
Manchester Pool.
You've got, what's that other one?
Blackburn Pool.
You've got Pool.
Pool's in Bournemouth, though, like near the south. And it's spelled Poole.
What's that other one? Blackpool.
So Pool, the one down south, is one of the worst places to live.
Oh, is it?
Like, top 50 places, yeah. Brighton's number 3 worst place to live.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's number 3 best place to live, you div.
I know. That's just another life here to make you feel more shit about yourself. Right, anyway, let's get into the nitty gritty. So I want to know the most disgusting, worst things you have shown or your partner has shown you. I feel like when you get into a relationship, you can be quite loose as you get into a relationship. At the start, you're like, oh, look, I'm pretty, do my makeup, or I'm going to wear my best outfit, I'm going to get the aftershave on. A couple of months in, you just lose it all and you just don't give a fuck anymore.
No, that's just you.
Then explain yourself then. Explain yourself why you've given up. You've let yourself go. You don't try anymore.
Who's the one looking fit right now?
Me?
Who's the one with the makeup on, hair done?
I don't wear makeup, and that's a personal choice of mine. My
Yeah,
hair
you do.
is
You
done.
wear a bit of concealer, big man. You know you do.
I never wear concealer.
Oh, I see you take my concealer. Ew.
Exactly. I just lick my face.
Okay, anyway.
Now my face is all sticky. Oh.
Someone said spread his cheeks and have crusty poo balls in there. See,
That-
this is why I don't want to go near your arsehole, because I know I'm going to see some dingleberries.
No, because what I'll do, if you ever want to go near my arsehole, I'll shave clean, bro. Mate, you can't be licking. You can't have that texture in your tongue. Do you know what I'm saying? If you ever want to go down
I'm not going
there,
anywhere near. I'm sorry. Never happening.
we need to make a
ever.
bet. If I pass my driving test tomorrow,
No, no.
well, no, I've got no motivation, so I'm going to fail.
Okay.
And no one's moving. No one's driving.
This is really weird. I make him eat my bogies like, eat this if you haven't cheated on me.
I think you got a problem. If you did that to me, I'd rather cheat than you.
I'd break up with you.
I'd
there
rather
and then.
cheat. I'll say, no, hold on. Keep your bogey there. I'm going to go walk, and I'm going to go find the first girl. I'm going to kiss her, consensually, obviously. And then I'm going to take a picture of that and come back and say, look, eat your own bogey now. That's what I'll do.
Wow.
What would you do?
I would just break up with them. That's fucking a madness. Something about bogies really, really
What, one of
rubs
these?
me the wrong way. Stop.
One of these?
No, James, stop. Stop.
Joking.
Actually, like, I feel faint right now. It's worse than I can look at shit. I can look at vomit. Bogies. Oh,
You can look at vomit, can you?
oh yeah.
Hold on, let me just...
Don't do that. People with a
Oh,
metaphoria.
Sorry, trigger warning.
You dimwit. Get his poo out of the toilet with a bag because he blocked it. He didn't help because he was gagging. This reminds me of when you had to take your own shit out of the toilet in America. Which
PTSD.
We spoke about it in the first episode of the podcast, if you guys remember that. But yeah, James did block the toilet.
It is an absolute I don't really gag at anything. I can look at sick, I can look at shit, just like you can, and I don't even bat an eyelid. I'm like, oh, that's nice poo. When I picked up my own poo and I felt that texture in that thin bag, I could feel the little nuggets.
James.
I could feel the curves of I could feel the shape of the poo. Like, I could feel it.
Fucking vile.
And I was like, oh my God, I've created a beast. And I felt so sick in my stomach, and it would just fall off of my hand. It would just crumble in the bag, and I could feel it. And it just makes me feel awful, man.
No matter how much, if you were really gagging in that situation, I still would have never picked it up for you. So, well, I respect that girl that did that for her boyfriend.
Yeah, fair enough, man. But I would never ever pick up your shit, even if you were dying.
Really?
Never touching that stuff. Oh God, I can smell your shits in the bathroom, man. It is pongy. It is like
says
a bomb.
You. No, says you.
I might toot every now and then, but your shit actually like reeks. Your shit, right? The normal colour of shit is supposed to be brown. Hers is about probably 70% Lindor chocolate. It is fucking dark, and it stains. It fucking stains, and I don't even know. It's like the texture of sand, like wet sand. It just clogs onto the side of the toilet bowls and doesn't move. We need to get a fucking squeezer and a brush to get that shit off. Like, I'm not even joking. No pun intended.
You're such a fucking hypocrite. You haven't cleaned the toilet once. The only time. No.
Oh my god! I'm gonna freak out. I did it yesterday and I did it before.
Yeah, no.
Twice.
I did it yesterday because
Twice.
I forced you. I put my foot down and I said, "That's your shit. Why should I have to scrub your shit?"
And I said, hold up, fair enough. And I did it. Didn't even say nothing.
But
You shit.
previously-
Oh my god, it's so bad. Anyway, let's move on.
Pick the dry skin off of my foot and eat it.
Oh, I do that.
What?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Do you actually?
Yeah, like when I go running sometimes and I have like that like athlete's foot kind of thing and I peel it off and
Shut up!
that's
I know
another
you're
lie.
joking.
No, but I do pick off the skin on my feet sometimes though. I don't want it to just be like dangling around, man. That shit needs to go.
Yeah, but I wouldn't eat it. How hungry are you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to judge you for that. I think that's okay.
I'm judging you for that. That's fucking weird.
Mate, if you picked
You're
off
eating your own skin.
your skin from your toes, all that like pus and blood and shit will come out of it with your dead nails.
They're not pussy. All right, I've had ingrown toenails and the toe just never recovered, okay? So my big toes, the nail on it is just dead.
Yeah.
But it's not pussy, it's just yellow.
Dead. But do you know where the toenail ends? Yeah, when it starts going into the skin, it looks like it's so bulbous and so tight and ready to pop.
Yeah, it really hurts.
Maybe it is got like.
I haven't got the prettiest feet, have I?
No, you don't. Shrek feet over here.
Says you fucking wonky foot person.
I'd rather have curved toes than dead toenails.
No. I'd rather have mine.
I have extra gripping,
because I can paint mine and no one will know. They're cute. Yours are
I'll wear
curly whirlies.
My socks, you can't tell. If I have socks on, if I wear shoes.
But we're going into Dubai.
Yeah.
You've got to be wearing sandals and all sorts. It's going to be hot.
I don't even own sandals.
Well, you need to buy a pair.
I don't have money to buy a pair of sandals. I'm barefoot in that shit like our ancestors. Do you know what I'm saying? I reckon Dubai's bare clean, so I've got no problem.
Yeah, I reckon you could lick the floor. Why don't you test it out?
I will. And I'll put it on the TikTok for the podcast.
All right.
Bet.
I dare you.
Bet. Shake on it. Shake.
I'm shaking your hand, you fucking freakazoid.
Freakazoid.
Have sick in my eyelash extensions. That's grim. That's equivalent to me having it in like just my mascara.
Fuck off. No way. Oh my god. I can't. What?
I just needed you to understand that because I didn't know if you knew what eyelash extensions were.
I'm guessing an extension of your eyelash. Me getting sick on my eyebrow is actually the equivalent of me getting sick on my eyebrow. So, no fucking shit, mate. Yeah, thanks for that.
Grim. So you would never have that problem because you don't have any eyelashes.
I do have eyelashes. I don't have eyebrows. So why are you coming at me for both?
I don't see any eyelashes on that eye, mate. That lid is lidden. I don't see any.
I can feel it. Sometimes I pluck them out. Have you ever pulled your eyelid like that and you can hear a suction cup? Ray, listen, everybody be quiet. Hold on.
Stop! You're actually cringing me out.
One sec. Okay, it's not working. Do you know people can like flip their eyelids in?
Oh yeah, there was this guy in my class that would do that like every day.
Riz. Like that, Riz. I can shake my eyes. I can actually make my eyes shake.
Yeah, go on then.
You can't see that far away. Audio listeners can't see it, can they?
No, they can't.
So I don't want to leave them out.
That's why you've got to check it out on YouTube, guys.
Yeah. Or Spotify video. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
One time we were in the bath together and I laughed so hard that I birthed my tampon out.
Oh. That reminds me of the scene from Grown Ups where they have a piss and then the whole pool goes blue. But instead it'll go red.
Ew! I've never worn a tampon in the bath before.
Neither. So I wouldn't know
that's
how.
That's an experience. Because say if I'm on my period, I do love a bath. But I feel like once I'm in the bath, my period just stops.
I think
and nothing comes out. So I've never really thought that I needed to wear a tampon in the bath.
Surely that would just soak up more water and make you like it not soak up your period blood.
What do you mean?
Well, tampons are absorbent, no?
Yeah, but I haven't just got a gaping hole in my vagina where the bath water's going to go up.
No, but you have a hole in your vagina, no? Where the tampon goes in.
Yeah.
So the bottom of the tampon is exposed, no? Unless you've got meaty flaps to cover that shit.
I've got meaty flaps to cover that, and the tampon goes high enough. You can't see my tampon when it's in my vagina. It's up there. You can't see it.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I don't ever put tampons in anybody's vagina.
So you thought that you could just see the tampon?
I thought the bottom bit would be out, like a tiny bit at the bottom. Like, how is that criminal to say?
No, it's right up there.
Oh, fair enough.
Into the abyss.
I guess because it needs to expand and soak up all that blood.
Yeah. You can see the string.
Yeah, I can see that.
But you can't see.
Sometimes I just want to get that string and just fucking yank it as hard as I can. Don't know. It's like when I see something that I want to grab it.
When have you ever looked at my vagina with a tampon in and thought, I want to grab that?
It's just sometimes you just like, I feel like you're a bit like exposed. And I just thought, what would I do now? What would be so funny if I just pull this out? What would you do?
Well, what would you do?
Pull it out.
Oh.
Start swinging it like this.
Woo! Get blood all over your face.
And the walls.
Ew! What? Sorry, how much blood do you think comes out?
A couple of teaspoons per flow.
Where did you hear that then?
I've been growing up with a lot of girls in the house, so I know how shit goes down.
I showed my boyfriend how I could queef on command.
Oh, I wish you could queef. That'd be so hot.
Are you being serious?
And that's another lie.
I had a friend that used to queef all the time. She could queef on command. I think it's just a superpower some girls have.
It's actually to do with your pelvic, your pelvic contraction, I think. How strong your pelvic flexes.
Do you have a strong pelvic if you can queef?
Yes.
Shut.
Oh, kill him.
Shot time for me.
Not for me. I'll have a sip of my water from my Marvel mug.
Oh, I really don't want to do this shot. Can I just say this one too?
Go on.
I had to wipe his bum because he was paralytic drunk and passed out mid-shit. That's fucked. I am so sorry to this poor young woman. Oh my God, I could not do that for you.
What would you...
And I've seen you passed out on the toilet before. I never even thought to wipe your ass. Oh my God.
Because I didn't shit.
Well, I don't know that. Do you know that? Because you don't remember that.
I don't remember anything from that time. But I wasn't paralytically drunk. This actually leads very nicely onto the grossest thing you've ever seen me do. So let's take the shot
first.
And I'll have a shot of water.
Yep.
Let's get wild tonight, guys. We're getting wild.
I don't want to do this.
Cheers to whatever you want to cheers to. Go on, cheers to something.
Cheers.
To what? I just put water on the mic. Again, spits it out. Last podcast, she spat out.
I can't do that. That hit me in the wrong way. I'm sticking to my tea.
Wow, you crazy girl.
Ew, it's still in my mouth. Give me the lime.
That's a lemon. That's a lemon.
That just did not want to go down.
Yeah, it's because you had that margarita earlier, isn't it? So
That's
you're
what she said.
too boozed up.
Yeah. I love a margarita.
I don't actually. I don't think they're great. But on the topic of booze and gross stuff, I was spiked by a 70-year-old man in a wheelchair. And I'm not lying. It was probably the worst time of my life. So I remember I was in Brighton on a little night out. I think one of my mates released like a new song and we're out to celebrate, or like he hit the charts or something like that. It was like a big reason to celebrate, right? So we're out of this place in Brighton, not going to name it, and it's just a little dirty place. And we're like, oh, do you know what? I'm going to have to stand outside in the smoking area because inside the pub it actually smells like shit.
Yeah, it's grim.
It's grim. So we're outside in the smoking area having a chat to the bouncers, and I feel someone kick my leg. I'm like, right, what the fuck is that? So I turn around, and it's this man, really old man in a wheelchair. Like, oh, excuse me. Oh, no, it's all right. And he goes, oh, you're a good-looking lad, aren't you? You need to be careful because there's some bad people out here. And I laughed. He's like, oh. So he's like, are you gay then? But no, I'm straight. He goes, oh, that's a shame. And I just laugh it off. Like,
how old are we talking?
70. Genuinely like old man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just laugh it off, and he points to my mate, and he looks exactly like me, this mate. And he goes, what about him? He's a good looking lad. And I know he's also straight. He's like, oh God, it's so annoying. And then I was like, that was like to the point where I was like, okay, this is getting a bit uncomfortable, but I just laugh it off. And he goes, oh, so yeah, yesterday I actually got pushed out of my wheelchair. I'm like, oh, so we'll keep on going then? All right. Yeah, I got pushed out of my wheelchair. And, oh, why? Oh, because a 19-year-old boy thought I spiked him, so he just tipped me up my wheelchair, and then we got the police involved. But I said to the police, don't worry about it, it's fine, don't worry about it. And at that point, I was like, oh, shit, were you okay? Like, are you all right? Like, oh, it happens quite a bit, actually. It's just lads being lads. I used to be a young little lad, I used to have a bit of fun. Made no harm by it. In hindsight, what that actually meant was, I spiked that 19-year-old, the police were getting involved, and I thought, nah, I'm finna dip, get my Hot Wheels on, and speed off. Do you know what I mean? And that was it. I spoke to him, and he wheeled off into the distance, never to see him again. I went, all right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Not a good night. It's a bit bad. Not drunk at all. Had 2 drinks, yeah? Not drunk. You text me. Can you buy some toilet roll?
Yeah. I needed a fat one.
Yeah. So I went into the corner shop nearby and picked up what I thought was toilet roll. And I walked out, and all my mates were laughing at me, just like crying with laughter. And I was just like awkward laughing back, like, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, ha, all right, guys, I'll see you later. Right? Yeah. And I walk home and I'm thinking, oh, I feel really bad. what the fuck has happened? And I just start waddling, and then a car like skims past me, beeps a horn. I'm like, yo, what? I literally just blacked out for like 3 seconds. I'm in the middle of the road, and I can see our house. I'm like, I just need to make it home. So I'm waddling home, nearly get hit by a car again, and I fall into a fence. I'm like, what the fuck? I've had 2 pink gins. Like, I'm not like this. Like, come on, man. I'm 6'4". I'm a big boy. Like, it's not gonna hit me this hard. Go up to our house. Go to the door. You're like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I place this toilet roll on the side, and you go, why'd you buy kitchen roll for? It's not kitchen. Oh shit. So I was, really not in a good way. Bought kitchen roll, nearly got hit by 2 cars, fell into a fence, and I sat down, and Isabel goes, are you alright? I go, yeah, I'm fine. Nah. I run to the toilet, and I'm throwing up. I'm like closing my eyes, I'm crying, and then I black out.
It's as soon as I opened the door, I was like, this Donnie is on something. I thought you had taken like some drugs, and then when you were saying you're fine, you were like hiding it from me. You weren't telling me.
So you thought I was taking drugs and not telling you?
Yeah, like I knew something wasn't right. Like as soon as I saw you, your eyes, just everything about you was so sluggish, and just I had never seen you in that state before. And I did think, oh, maybe you're just drunk, because I haven't seen you like paralytic ever before, so it could have just been that. But it still felt, you still just looked really bizarre.
Yeah.
And then you go to the toilet, and I'm thinking, where is James? Like, he's been in there so long. I open the door, and you're fucking asleep.
I don't even know.
You were asleep, and I'm like, James, you're all right. And then you start letting out moans, and you're so going, oh, and then those moans started to turn into tears, saying that you feel like, yes, James, do you not remember?
Oh, that's pussy behaviour.
You had your hands. So first you were sat on the toilet like completely butt naked, like you were doing a poo, hands on your head, crying, going, I'm gonna die. And then you proceed to fall onto the floor, and then you're starting to like throw up into the bowl. And I'm thinking, okay, you're clearly not in a state right now. Is he being a pussy, or is something really bad here? And I say, James, do you really feel like you're gonna die? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm calling 111. So I call 111. And I'm on that call for 2.5 hours waiting for a response. And then they call me back, and then they tell me to wait 2 hours again. So it was more than 4 hours I was waiting on this 111 call, all for them to just tell me that because it's been long enough now that he should be all right to just sleep it off. Because at first they were like, oh yeah, he probably needs an ambulance, and they were going to bring an ambulance, but then the ambulance took too long, and then I was like,
no, actually, I remember you asked me if I needed an ambulance, and I couldn't even open my eyes. And I was like, yeah, I remember I was crying, and then I took a step from the bathroom into the bedroom, 1 step, and I threw up again, didn't I? Something like that.
Yeah. Because I was saying to the lady, he needs an ambulance, like he's literally saying he feels like he's gonna die. And she was like, okay, well, I need to speak to him on the phone. I was trying to get you to talk, and I was like, he's not responsive, like he's not talking. And it was just really really complicated. And then she was like, okay, hold, I'm gonna get you I'm gonna get like an ambulance person to call you back. Fucking 2.5 hours later, and then I'm like, okay, he's asleep right now. You had fallen like completely asleep. And I was like, I think he just needs to sleep it off now. Woke up the next day, and you were actually...
I was fine.
All right.
I just felt a bit like ill.
I was so worried though. I literally couldn't sleep. I didn't get any sleep. Shut.
You put it on snooze again. You're so bad.
Oh,
that's another shot. No. Finish that. Go on, you got to do it. If you're going to have...
Okay,
if
fine,
you're going to create your own fuck-ups, you've got to have it.
Okay, fine.
But no, yeah, I was just in a really bad way the next day. Just felt really like fragile. But yeah, I spoke to my mates about it, and they were like, "Oh, I really wish I walked you home. Like, I didn't know anything was happening, because like it literally happened so quick." And all my mates were like, "You weren't drunk. Like, we just ended up being a bit of a dead night."
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really bad. I just felt really like.
What was also funny? I have photos of you.
You do?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And also what's funny is this is the stage where you got that really bad haircut.
Oh, I had a rat tail.
This was your mullet rat tail phase. And I've just got a photo of you just on the floor with your rat tail. It's so ugly. So ugly buggly. I want to try find that photo.
Yeah. You might put that on TikTok maybe. If we clip this, we might put it on TikTok, and I might censor the photo a little bit, but you can see.
Ugh, yeah, but you're naked in it.
Yeah, I'll censor that part. Just see like me on the bowl. But no, yeah, it was a really, really scary time. And yeah, getting spiked isn't the one, but especially by a 70-year-old man in a wheelchair, I just felt a bit like, come on, man. It just didn't even even cross my mind.
Probably because he seemed vulnerable. You never suspect.
That's the thing, because I would never ever just speak to anybody outside like that in that type of way. But because, in all honesty, he was in a wheelchair and he was old, I thought he wasn't a threat.
Yeah.
Just because I thought, like, you know, but because I had to bend down to hear him and speak to him, my drink was just right where his hands are.
Don't trust anyone.
So yeah, but apparently he's very known. People have seen him around do the same thing. So if you're in Brighton, you see a really, really old man. I'm not talking old man. I'm talking a really old man in a wheelchair at night. Just don't. Just avoid
Careful.
him. But yeah, anyway, fuck me.
So I've never been spiked, thank God. So you've never seen me in that state. But the other day I did something a bit grim, didn't I?
It's a bit like pathetic.
It's not pathetic.
Yeah, I was just like, what? That's just embarrassing for you.
It was fucking painful. So I was in the toilet. I was in the shower, sorry, and you know, scrubbing myself down, getting clean, and long story short, I'm trying to grow out my pubes because I want to have a wax, and I've never had a wax before. But I'm not getting my asshole waxed, so I thought, okay, I'll shave that area. So I get my shaver, and obviously you need to bend down to really get all the hairs, right? You need to spread them cheeks. So I go to bend down forcefully because, you know, I don't think I need to be careful of anything. I'm just going to bend down quick, get it done and stand back up. As I bend down, our bath tap goes up my fucking asshole because basically our tap's really weird. Like, you know how you have the tap at the end of the bath? Ours is in the middle. Yeah. So I was standing in the middle of the bath and the tap just goes right up there. Fucking, I go, ah! I don't know how you didn't hear it. So it's such a weird sound as well. Like, I've never made this sound in my life.
I really wish I heard it, man. No.
I've never had anal before, so this was honestly like losing my virginity. It really fucking hurt. And then I'm like, James! And you're like, what is wrong with you? And then I show him bloody tissue, and he's like, what the hell? Your bumhole is bleeding. And I was like, yeah. Low point in my life, and it still hurts to this day, and I'm really nervous to actually go to Dubai because I have to sit down for 6 hours. Even when I'm sat down on the couch, my fucking coccyx starts throbbing.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Jeez,
bad.
man.
It hasn't recovered. I've got like a scab down there. I've been putting E45 cream on it, but yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So now I have a really hairy bum because I never actually got to shave it.
Shall I tell you what a really good technique is if you do want to shave your bum?
What?
Yes, I have shaved my bum in the past. You put your foot up on the sink and you just slightly squat, and then you just...
That's a sight I never want to see. Why did you shave your bum?
Sometimes I just shave my bum, man.
You never did that with me.
Yeah, I did at the start. Just thought it keeps everything fresh and clean.
Why can't you do that now for me?
I just don't have
I've been begging.
Begging you. No, the reason why is because I don't have I had an electric razor at that point, and I could just really get in the fucking nitty gritty stuff.
Yeah.
But my electric shaver's broken, and I just don't want to buy a new one. But I actually am getting sent, a razor, which I've been wanting for ages. One of those Philip ones.
Yeah.
You know,
we were literally in Boots one time in front of the shavers, and I was like, okay, James, here's your chance to buy one. He goes, oh no, I can't be bothered to come back tomorrow. I was like, you're not going to come back tomorrow. You're just using excuses.
That's
it's
another one of my
right here
lies.
in your face, and you can't be bothered.
No, yeah, it's just for me, I just don't know, I just don't want to spend money, like 45 quid on a shit. Like, I feel like with the razors, if you get a cheap one, they like nick you, and they make you bleed, and they cut you sometimes.
Yeah.
When you get an expensive one, they're normally good, but I just don't have the money to buy a really expensive one.
Why don't you just put some hair removal cream on it and call it a day?
I will not have any balls anymore.
Why?
Hair removal cream on my ball sack will literally kill my sperm. I'll be infertile. I will literally die.
A bit of noir? Is that what it's called? Noir?
I don't know.
That's the shaving cream I used on my vagina in front of you. Do you remember that? That's one of the grim things. No, it was called Nair.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. Nah to that. Thank you very much. I'm not using that.
You have a photo of it too.
I do have a photo of you putting hair removal cream on your person. It's a grim, horrible photo. That's coming out on our wedding day.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I'll obviously cover the noonie up a little bit with like a little peach emoji.
A little bit?
With like a kebab emoji or something. and like two little like pancakes on the nipples.
Oh, lovely. I wasn't naked in the photo. I had a t-shirt on. No, I had a t-shirt on.
Oh, I'll Photoshop it so you are naked.
Why was I doing that in front of you again?
I don't know. Just because you have no grace and decorum.
Says you.
I literally don't shave or anything in front of you. I don't shave. I want to shave. Anyway, this is way too personal. I will shave at some point, but it's not up to anybody to know. I'm not going to tell you guys when I shave. I'm not going to claim it on like February the 28th.
I finally
I'm
shaved
going to
my
shave
balls.
and put up my story on Instagram. Do you know what I mean?
Well, your hairs are so long they're actually down to your bell end, mate.
That's not very long, I'm just saying. Half an inch. But yeah, I'm fat, so let's go on to that.
No.
What?
I was going to say, no, you're not fat.
No, I'm not. Right, so lockdown was a time for me where I'm like, I just went through a breakup. I'm gonna become the best version of myself, and nobody gonna finna stop me. You know, I was one of those people that was like, success in silence. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never really posted on Instagram. And then one day I made a TikTok of my progress, and everyone was like, "Oh, damn, how'd you get that?" Like, do you know what I mean? So that's what I like. I like the flex. And that's just my motivation. Surprise people.
That's really hilarious because back in the day, you used to make ungodly amounts of thirst traps. So
thirst traps are different to progress, right? So I never used to show people I'm at the gym.
Okay,
Every now and then I post a video of my body, and they're like,
yeah.
How do you get that? Anyway, so yeah, I worked out a lot, and that was probably the best shape I've ever been in my life. I changed my life in a couple of months. Like, I remember I have a progress photo I'll put up on TikTok or whatever on Instagram, and it was me like hunchback, black long hair. It was grim, and my shoulders like arched like this, and I just looked really, really bad.
That's the ugliest photo I've ever seen of you.
It is
in
so
my life.
bad, right?
No, but it doesn't even look like you.
I have such long
Who are
arms.
you?
My belly's quite big. My whole when I put fat on my body, it's just normally my stomach, and everything else is quite slim. So I don't know, it's just a massive bulbous belly, and everything else is really skinny. I look like a horror film character. I look like one of those fucking aliens
really
from Doctor Who.
Hair.
I have really black hair. It was horrible.
You don't look human.
It was.
Please upload the photo, please.
I'll put it up. But it was bad, and I was like, I'm gonna change my life. Like, I can't look at that photo; it makes me want to cry. So I started like working out, just push-ups, body weights, abs, runs all the time, and I just looked really good. And I was like, yeah, man, I feel so great about myself. Like, I can't believe I just changed my life like this. I'm gonna maintain it. Bam, I meet Isabella, and it just goes south.
No. Living at my mum's, we stayed slim. It was when we moved
semi-slim.
No,
I wasn't lifting weights though.
No, but you ate well, and we did a lot of exercise.
That's true, but it also was one of the worst times in my life because I just can't walk that much. Every time we go on a walk,
that makes me sad.
No, but plus 1 hour, I get back and I just feel so tired for the rest of the day. It's just a fact. Like, I'm not saying I hate walking, but I just hate the tiredness. If I can come back from a walk and feel so alert,
it's a nice tired.
Yeah, but every day we used to walk a lockdown, like, all the time.
I'm not doing another shot.
Here you are.
Oh my God, James. Okay, we'll carry on.
But anyway, so yeah, I feel like I definitely have put on the pounds. When I went to America with Isabella's family, I decided to, for some reason, step on the scales that were there in the bathroom. And I thought I fucking broke them. I was like, what? I'm only £10. And I realised, no, I'm not £10. I'm 200, and it flicked around twice. I'm 210 pounds, which is like 95 kilos. I could never, ever in my life ever hit 90 kilos. I'm flying up to 100, man. I'm not even trying. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it's not bad to be any weight. Like, I know I'm not super, super big. I know I'm not super, super skinny. It's just my own personal preference. Like, the reason why I'm so upset is because I tried so hard to get the shape just for my health, and I felt so much healthier, and I felt so confident in myself. But now I don't feel that sort of confidence.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I look at pictures of myself and I go, oh, damn, like, I have let myself go. But then sometimes I look at myself and think to myself, I'm eating well. I know I'm eating like shit, but I'm enjoying my food. Like, I don't care. Like, who have I got to impress besides myself and you? But like, I don't really care what you think about me. But I'm just, I'm just for myself.
You should care.
Yeah, I do care. But what I'm saying is, like, I do care what you think about me.
But you're not living in fear that I'm judging.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I know you can be like, if I ended up gaining like unhealthy amounts of weight, and you go, yo, James, I think your lifestyle is really unhealthy. Maybe you should like cut down on eating, like drinking Starbucks every day. Then fair. But it's not like that. It's just I just don't do exercise.
No, it's really not. Your diet really isn't that bad. It's just because obviously you're not walking as much or getting as much exercise as you need. Like genuinely we don't get as much exercise as necessary. Like not in a working out way, just in a daily life way.
Well, yeah, because the reason why I know it sounds so like, I'm pretty sure everybody says this. I just hate the gym. Like I used to have a home gym, not like a big home gym, but like since I was 14, I bought my own weights, and they were like those mechanical ones that you can flick from like 2 kg up to like 50 kgs or something like that. So I had my own bench. It was like cost me like 200 quid for the whole thing, and I had it since I was 14, and I was using it now until I was like 21. And that's what got me to shape. I didn't have to wait for any equipment. I could just look up things on YouTube. I can run. I just all on my own time. But when I go to a gym, it's like, fuck me, this guy's on my machine. Fuck me, this guy's staring at me.
But I think it's all just about excuses, because you could. We've got a garden, like you could buy.
But I just don't have the money to buy 400 quid worth of gym equipment.
Anyway, cheers.
Cheers. Okay, you drank half of that, but I'm proud. Sorry. Hello? What? Oh my god, it keeps going.
That was fucking vile.
I thought you liked it.
Sorry, that really took everything out for me.
But yeah, just to go back to that, I just feel like for myself, I am happy with the way, I know it sounds like I'm not, but I am happy with the way I am. But I feel like now at this age of being 22 to 23, my body is just not the way it used to be. And I really want to try, even just for 1 year, just to get my body into the peak, like the best physique, the peak physique I can.
Yeah, because you're only young for such amount of time.
I'm not going to do it when I'm 40. I'm not going to do it when I'm 50. But I have the time now to just get my... And just to say, like, not even just for the looks and for, like, you know, trying to impress people, just for myself to say that I actually push my body to those limits where I have, like, a six-pack and I have the chest and I have the shot, I have the posture, I have the health. Just for 1 fucking year, like, that's all I care about. And then all the rest of my years, I could be, like, just how I am now, and I wouldn't have a problem. Yeah. But I just really want to test my body. Like, I want to see what my body looks like. I only had abs once, and like 2 abs showed. Yeah. I want to have like the 6-pack, and like even though it's not appealing to some people, I just want to like push myself to that limit.
Yeah, for me, I really want to just feel good about myself and healthy with myself, because although growing up I've always had a balanced healthy life. Like, my mum couldn't drive, so we'd always be riding bikes, we'd be walking. She always used to feed us like healthy food. I grew up with a healthy lifestyle, but when I look back at myself, I always compare myself to me now, and I always think of my like teenage years, like, oh, you were so skinny back then, you look so healthy. And I was to an extent, but I should never compare myself to that state. But it's also like I was going through things that I don't go through now, and it's like technically I'm healthier now, so I don't know why I compare myself to myself back then. But
back when though, when you were young, or back 2
like
years ago?
From the ages of 18 to 20, I always look back at like Snapchat memories, because right now I don't feel good about myself, like my weight in particular. Not that I'm like overweight, it's just I feel like because I don't do a lot of exercise, I'm not very toned, and I've always lived my life being quite toned, because like I said, I used to ride bikes a lot. Like, I really was quite an active kid, and that then was brought into my teenage years. I was just always toned until I left my mum's, and we started to not do a lot of exercise because, you know, TikTok became my full-time job. I just wasn't getting out much, so obviously my body started to change, and also it's natural for your body to change as you go into your 20s. So yeah, I still, even though it's really negative to do that, I still look back at my old self and I think, oh, I wish I looked like that, even though I was so much younger.
But you will never ever, even if you became the same weight, let's say you, for example, you're 68 kgs when you were 18 and you're 68 kgs now, you're going to look completely different, because where your muscle is, where your fat is placed, how your facial structure changes, how you look as terms of like your skin, your hair. You can never go back to exactly how you looked. So you just got to think of the now.
I know, it's not healthy.
Looking back at these Snapchat memories and shit is so unhealthy, especially when you're not happy with the way you are now. You're always just going to be like, think about it. 3-4 months ago, you're like, oh fuck, I hate myself. But now, well, for me anyway, 3-4 months ago, I was like, I look like shit. But in that present time, now I look at myself 4 months ago, go, fucking hell, I wasn't even that bad 4 months ago. I'm worse now.
Yeah.
Just need to remember where you are now.
And also, when I look back at those memories, I only remember like the good parts of my life, and I forget like the bad parts, such as like things I was dealing with at that time. Because my weight now, my I guess diet is actually a lot healthier, and my mindset is a lot healthier compared to what it was back then. For example, from the ages of like 18 to 20, I had this weird thing with sugar, and I think it started from working in Tesco, because there was this girl that I worked with and she was on a no sugar diet, and I was like, oh, what's that about? And she was like, basically you're only meant to have 30 grams of sugar a day, and there's actually so much sugar in foods that you probably have no idea about. And I was like, oh, okay, like what? And we picked up this Twix bar, and she showed me how much sugar was in there. And I was so shocked, because I was like, oh my God, that's literally your daily intake. And I'm having that in one piece of food. And because I'd always lived my life like carefree, I would always just eat a balanced diet. Like if I wanted to eat like shit, I'd eat like shit, and then I would have fruit and veg. Like it was always balanced. So I never really thought to diet or even look at calories or anything like that. I've never looked at calories in my life, really. So when I started to look at sugar, I don't know, like something flipped in my brain, and I think it's because I feel like it's kind of linked to my OCD symptoms, because I say OCD symptoms because I've never been diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I have it, and my therapist thinks I have it. But anyway, I don't know, my brain kind of just clings on to things and uses that as a way to form these weird intrusive thoughts, and me finding out about how much sugar is in things then leaded to these weird thoughts like, oh, if you go over your daily sugar intake, your family's gonna die, or you're gonna get diabetes, or you're gonna go blind. Like it was probably weird, intense stuff. So obviously I didn't want any of these things to come true, and they sound ridiculous saying them out loud, but in my brain my brain genuinely thinks this is going to happen.
Yeah, I know.
And it's the same with like, if I don't knock on my head a certain amount of times, I think something bad's going to happen. So it's that hard to get out of that. So I kind of let it spiral, and then it started to turn into looking at every single food that I bought. I would look at the package and be like, how many grams of sugar is in that? And it did make me lose a lot of weight. I have always been slim my whole life, but these certain years, like looking back now, I can see how much, like, I used to have quite like a full face growing up, but in these years I can definitely see how like slim my face was, and not in a healthy way. And just, yeah, like looking back now, my sisters even say, you were really slim back then. And even you've mentioned like how looking back at old photos, it's like I don't look healthy in some of them. I look quite miserable.
Well, it's more the fact that, not that I have a say, but I think you're healthy and prefer the way you are now, in terms of like you're just eating now, you're just enjoying what food is and not really like calorie counting. And I think that is genuinely one of the worst things you can do, especially starting off trying to lose weight, is calorie counting. And the reason I say that is because there are so many other like even proper gym influencers that are so against calorie counting. And all they do is just go off what their body feels like. Everybody's digestive system is different and body's different, and like all the hormones and all that shit. So like what diet works for you might not work for me. And like once you become obsessed with calorie counting, you just fall out. You have this, I think it is a form, I think personally, it's a form of like kind of like body dysmorphia, because you're calorie counting and you're so against like certain foods, and then you're becoming very like aware of your body, what that food's going to do to your body. Then you're really like looking at your self-image and your health, where what's the healthiest, I think, is to just go off how your body feels and what you love in your mind. It's your mind and body.
I've never really worried about calories. It was just the sugar, which was even more weird, because I feel like it's more common to worry about calories, but until recently I've started doing calorie counting, and it's completely fine for me, because I want to just get healthier. I'm doing it in a normal way, and if I go over it, I'm not worried. And I'm quite shocked, because I feel like it's definitely something that could become really bad, because obviously obsessive. It can be obsessive, and I can see how like sometimes my mood will be a bit down if I go over, and then I'll be like, Isabella, that's ridiculous, and then I'll go over it even more just to prove to myself that it's fine to do that. Like I really do try stop that, because I don't want to have another weird food problem.
That's what I've been trying to say. Like, not like it's when people go over, they think they're now just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And also the fact is, like, the problem is one day you might want to stop calorie counting. Your lifestyle will change. You're just going to reverse everything you've done in these years. You're going to feel like, well, now I'm making like absolute shit, and you just hate yourself. But you just need to learn to not hold on to these numbers.
Yeah, and that's,
just let yourself live.
That's why I have to remind myself, like, this is my body how it is now, without worrying about certain foods, and just living my life and eating well. Like, I eat my 5 a day. You know, if this is how my body looks, this is how my body looks. Should I do some more exercise? Yeah. So so maybe if I did more exercise, I might tone up, and I might like what I see a bit more. But my body is completely healthy and fine the way it is. I think I just need to adjust to it more, because also I'm growing into a woman, and also I have gained weight because long story short, when my dad died, I feel like this whole sugar thing stopped, and I feel like my brain just didn't have enough room for it anymore, because I started thinking and worrying about all these other things.
Obviously.
And grief really overtook my brain. So as bad as it is, it's kind of like a good thing that went, but it's not good about the other things I dealt with. But yeah, that left. So when that left, and dealing with my dad dying, I was just like, fuck it, I am going to eat whatever I want. I'm going to comfort myself. Like, food is comfort to me. I'm going to have that hot chocolate that I never used to let myself have. I'm going to have that chocolate bar. And obviously living with James and moving out, like, you wanted to comfort me. You would make me dinner a lot, so I was eating your size portions. And yeah, I gained a few pounds, and that's absolutely fine. And I've learnt to accept that, and learn to accept that I have gone through something that is really bloody difficult. And if I'm going to gain a few pounds from that, so bloody be it. But I feel like the reason I've been so hard on myself is because I let opinions get to me, and I didn't even realize how much I had gained until I started reading TikTok comments and started reading my Instagram DMs, which was a nightmare.
Yeah, I can imagine that being quite bad.
Yeah, I knew I gained weight when I checked my Instagram DMs and I saw this huge paragraph practically just saying how I've let myself go, being in a relationship isn't an excuse, I look fat, I should be ashamed of myself, just a whole lot of nastiness. And at this moment in time, like before that message, I hadn't really realised, I think because obviously I was grieving and I was just living my life. I wasn't really thinking about how I looked. I was just trying to deal with my mental state. But this really made me think, oh, hold on a minute, have I? And then obviously I started seeing TikTok commenting on it. But it was definitely the DM that hit me the most, because I was like, wow, you've really gone out of your way to send this whole paragraph, this book, this novel of how fat and disgusting I am. Like, it must be true then. Because sometimes you'll read a TikTok comment and you'll be like, oh, there's just a sad person, allow it.
But it's just outrageous to how somebody has the time and effort to comment on somebody's appearance, but in so much depth, because I read that DM and it was like really articulate with the words and the way it was said, like, you have gained weight and this is no longer an excuse, Isabella. You can't use this excuse anymore. You've been with James for a year and a bit and you're getting fatter and fatter. And it's like, you really thought about how to articulate this paragraph together. And it was
together. An unknown user as well.
Well, obviously,
so it's like...
but it's just like, who the fuck is that and why? Like, what is going on in your life to really feel like they want to change the way you are? Like what makes them think that they have a right to, like, or have an opinion or a say on how you look? And like, oh, do you know what? I need to save Isabella right now. I need to save her because she's getting too fat. Let me DM her. Like, what is going through? One, it's not even true, but two, it pisses me off so much because it's like, just like there's hidden users and things like that, and it's like,
say it with chest.
Well, yeah, say it with chest. But if you're gonna say something about me, I want to say something about you. Like, I will. Like, if you're gonna call me fat, well, then you got a fucking shit hairline. Or like, you know what? Like, it's not one rule for one and one rule for another. If you're gonna chat shit about the way I look, I'm gonna chat shit about the way you look.
I don't
because it just fucking pisses me off, man. Like, hate and bullying and shit like that, man. It's like, I personally think the only way to stop bullying is to go 10 times harder. It really annoys me, man. And that's it. But yeah, anyway.
All I want to say is that it's completely okay to gain weight. And it's normal. And I feel like it is being normalised in social media, which is nice.
But I just hate the fact that we have to normalise it. That just makes it feel like it's not normal.
I think because back in the day, gaining weight meant not being healthy. And I'll admit that even growing up, like, yeah, I believed that if you gained weight, that means you're not healthy. But we need to try change that narrative in our brains that is the case, because sometimes it's actually the opposite, and you've gained weight because you're actually eating better and you're eating healthier, and that's just how your body is supposed to look, you know what I mean? We're going to Dubai, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been stressing me out, like the thought of having to wear summer clothes, because it's going to be like, what, 30 degrees there? It's worrying me. And
in the winter in the UK, like, you think you can get away by packing on a few pounds because you ain't going anywhere. Surprise!
I know. And it's like, oh God, I have to have my arms out. Fuck, lovely. I have to have my legs out. Oh, that's how it makes me feel sick. I look in the mirror and I'm like, you disgust me. And I don't want to feel that anymore.
No, but that's just sad.
I know it's sad.
That is really sad.
Yeah, but it's fucking reality. I'm
no,
not
I
gonna
know.
sugarcoat it.
No,
I
I'm
hate
not.
what I see.
No, and that makes me sad. I just don't want anybody to feel like that, especially you.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody to feel like shit in what they want to wear or how they like. Do you know what I mean? That's just so peak.
But remembering this, but
I feel the same way.
But also, me comparing myself to my old self, I felt like that when I was slimmer too.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you always compare yourself, no matter what.
Well, thank you guys for listening to this episode.
I feel like this actually was quite like
It's
not
been
a deep,
nice.
not a deep episode, but I am very aware that I might have not said the correct things.
Yeah, we really do take this episode with a pinch of salt. We're just two 20-something-year-olds just rambling about how we feel inside, and we're not trying to offend anyone. We're not trying to say the wrong thing. This is just us being genuine and how we feel. And if we say something you don't like, that's fine. Just move on.
With health and gym, I think it's very hard to say the right thing because I don't really necessarily think there is a right thing.
Exactly. Everyone is valid with their opinions.
Like you said, calories and counting works for you.
Yeah.
It won't for some people, but
Exactly.
that doesn't mean anyone's wrong.
No.
Because everyone does their own thing. That's
Yeah.
why, you know, the health and the gym journey, or not even just the health journey, is all up to said person. So,
yeah.
do what you gotta do to get where you want to go.
Well, we will see you in our next episode. We'll still be in Dubai.
Still be in Dubai.
Hopefully I'll have a tan by then. Bloody hope so, with my Celtic skin.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for watching or listening, and please review the podcast on Spotify or subscribe or like, follow, all of that jazz, because it really, really helps us, and it helps us boost us up in the charts. But we will see you next Thursday at 6 p.m. Love ya.
Bye-bye.